Welcome on in, guys. It is three bold takes. Freddie and Chase here. Our third partner, Quinn, is not here. Doing big things. Super excited for him. He'll be back next week. But until then, our partner, SeatGeek, is filling in for him as a third bold take. And they're going to give you a discount for $20 off your first ticket to concerts, games, wherever you want to go. $20 off if you use the discount code 3BOLD TAKES on your first purchase. Remember, 3BOLD TAKES for that discount code to get you $20 off. And we got one of the better SEC games this week, a top 20 matchup. Yes, I said top 25, my bad. Top 25 matchup this week because neither team is inside the top 10 anymore as they started in this beginning of the season. We have number 21 Missouri at number 15 Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Alabama somehow, after the ridiculous season they've had, is a 14-point favorite against the Tigers, and the over under of 56.5 with an 82% chance to win, according to ESPN's matchup predictor. Freddie, talk to us about who you got.
So I know that Missouri is bad, right? Like that's
Yep.
kind of the stigma right now after they got blown out by Texas A&M. And that's why the spread is 14. But are they watching Alabama play football? Is Vegas watching
Not
them?
at all. Not at
How
all.
how can they be a 14-point favorite in this game? I think Alabama wins because I simply don't think Missouri is that good. Like, I do think Alabama's a better football team. I liked what I saw from the defense last week against Tennessee. I think they played better. Now, if Alabama plays a competent quarterback that can hit the deep ball and hit it well, they're going to get torched, and it's not going to be pretty. Luckily, however, I don't think that Brady Cook is that quarterback. I just simply don't. I think he's okay, but I don't think there's anything special with him so far this year. So I've got Bama winning. I think it's going to be another nail biter, just like the South Carolina game was, and just like every game since Wisconsin has been a nail biter. I think this is going to be another one. I like, for betting purposes, I like Missouri plus 14. I think that's a solid play. The over under at 56.5. You just never know what you're going to get from Alabama whenever it comes to their offense. Like, are they going to be able to hit the deep ball? If that's the case, then I could see them beating the 56.5 total. But I don't know. I don't know. This is one of the most up and down teams that you're going to see this year. And by the way, Alabama is ranked 15th, which is its lowest ranking since 2007. Previously to that, I believe it was 12. But they've got some issues that they've got to figure out. I don't know what happened from the second half at Georgia until now. I mean, Alabama played phenomenal at Wisconsin. Now, I get it, it's Wisconsin, but that's a tough place to play. It's a team you're not familiar with, and they dominated the game. And then the first half at Georgia, they dominated the game. And then since then, it's been, I don't know who they are, what they're doing, what's wrong. So this is going to be another nail biter. And if you're a Bama fan, these games are fun to watch. They just are. Now, sometimes they may not go your way, but Alabama's no longer in the era of blowing out these teams by 25 plus points any given Saturday. It's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be fun to watch, and I'm excited to watch it. But give me Bama to win the game, but Missouri to cover the spread.
I'm gonna put on the beard first for Quinn. He's gonna go Bama here as well. He says the Tide are unbeaten at home. Big surprise win over Georgia. And he says he's not very sold on Missouri just yet. So that's why he's going to go the Tide here. Now we're going to go with Chase. No beard here. Not cool enough for that yet, my mom said, so I can't have a beard. Anyway, both of these teams are absolute dog water. Putting it out there. Missouri should have lost last week. And before you get on in the comment section, if you guys do that, that you're going to say, well, Chase, they lost Brady Cook for like 2 quarters, and then they lost their starting running back early in the game. Yes, they did. But Auburn is one of the most piss poor teams in all of SEC ball. They are actively helping other teams win against them. I honestly, we may have to check Hugh Freeze and Peyton Thorne at the end of the season for point shaving. That's what we're looking at and how bad Auburn. So Missouri, you are gifted wins every single week, or you're gifted a win playing Auburn. That's what you were last week. Brady Cook comes back amazing, victorious, whatever, wins the game. Who cares? You should have lost that one. Missouri's not a good team. I said that last year after the Cotton Bowl. They were senior studded last year, lost a lot of guys. Drinkwitz is not that guy. Yes, they're 6-1, but their schedule is the softest schedule I've ever seen. Alabama lost to Vandy, but Missouri nearly lost to Vandy as well with 2 overtimes. Then you have to play Oklahoma, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and Arkansas to finish your year after Alabama. Missouri, without their schedule, if they had an Oklahoma schedule, if they had Alabama schedule, if they had Georgia or anybody else, I think they would be a 3-4 loss team probably at this point already. That's how bad I think Missouri is. Not a fan at all. On the other side of the ball, though, can't stand this Alabama team. One of the most undisciplined teams, one of the just relying on your talent teams. Look, when DeBoer got in here, he was going to win with Saban's talent. Let's just get that right. He left a lot of talent on the board, Saban did, but DeBoer kind of infiltrated with some of his own guys. So I don't doubt that. But when you play Tennessee, there's 15 plus penalties. You're not running the ball with your running back, with both your running backs actually, who are very good. You're targeting a 17-year-old kid. Let's remind you, if you didn't know he's 17, if you haven't watched an Alabama game this year, 17-year-old kid 20 times in one game. Ryan Williams has 31 receptions on the year. He was targeted 20 times in the Tennessee game. When you're relying on that, not trusting any other receiver, and expect to win games. Like the defense actually played well last game for Alabama. They did. They did their job. They made a redshirt freshman frustrated the entire. I think he had 190 yards. The Alabama team is crap, though. Are they as crap as Missouri? This is one of those games where it's like, who is more crap? Who wants to show up to the crap? Who wants to play less? And I think it's going to be Missouri. I do think Missouri is going to come into Alabama. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for Alabama. If you're choosing the 14 point favorite Alabama in this one, go ahead, check yourself into the hospital, get yourself checked really quick because you're an idiot. This game is going to be 3 to 6 points. There's no way Alabama has a 2-score win. Over 150, throw that out the window. You're going to see probably like a 27 to like 18, 27 to 20 game. That's just going to be in Alabama. They're not who they were with Saban, but DeBoer is actively trying to put his system into place, his scheme into place with Saban's players. That's the problem here. And guess what, Alabama fans? Y'all are the most spoiled, brat-like people I've ever met. But once DeBoer gets his kids into his system, lights out. I think it's going to be a masterpiece. But when you're playing with toys that aren't yours, sometimes the toys don't work correctly. And that's no problem. You got to play with what you were given. And DeBoer has great talent, but maybe he doesn't have the talent for his system just yet. And that's what we're figuring out right now. Jalen Milroe, fantastic quarterback. And from what me and Freddie understand, he was probably playing a little injured in this past game. So maybe that hindered him. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. At the same point, he doesn't necessarily fit DeBoer's scheme like he wants. Miller is more of a dual threat. DeBoer likes a kid that likes to sit in the pocket and really dice people together. That's just not Milroe. But regardless, in this game, Alabama, I think, is the better team. They have to get their act together. They have to get their penalties together. They have to discipline themselves, just the actions of some of these captains and everything else. Alabama has to prove it here in Tuscaloosa what they're going to do and how they are still the Alabama team. we'll get into the playoffs later. I'm not going to continue to rant. Missouri's the worst team. Don't like Missouri. Alabama should win this game, get closer back into that top 10. Their playoff chances are up in the air right now. So let's just look at that one. But Chase is done. Chase is over. The beard's off. Freddie's good at talking. We are always sponsored by SeatGeek, guys. Use our discount code for $20 off. 3 bold takes. Make sure to use that, guys. We're so thankful that you listen, that you watch. If you like either of these teams, if you hate either of these teams, please tell us so we can talk back to you. We love doing that. This is the Missouri-Alabama game for 3 bold takes, guys. For Freddie and Chase and our partners at SeatGeek with Quinn. We're out.